Welcome all to Let's Get It, where we attack today's local or national hottest sports topics. I'm your host, Randy Dutkin, and let's get after it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Let's Get It. I'm your host, Randy Dutkin, along with co-host and producer Jason Bryce, and always Coach Marcus Bullock, coming to you on a big Sunday. It is NFC Championship game Sunday for the Philadelphia Eagles. We got a lot to talk about. Got Sixers talk. I want to talk about Joel Embiid's All-Star snub. And if we're going to be joined shortly with a guest, we have Josh Eli from Paul VI, along with his father, Kevin Eli, joining us to talk a little bit about hoops. But as always, before we get into anything, Coach, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. All's good. In the heat of the season, we're 11-6 right now.
Three game win streak this week?
I believe it's. I feel like we were 8-6. We're 11-6 now, so we'll take that.
Matt does it right.
Yeah, let's set Cherry at least education.
Just start school.
Yeah, but no, big week coming up. But everything's good, man. We're trending in the right direction.
Good stuff. Jay, how you doing?
I am okay, man. I'm doing all right. Let's go Eagles. Let's go Birds, right? Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm doing good, man. It's a wonderful Sunday. It's good. You know what I mean? I'm doing very well. It's been a busy week though. Suffered some, had some great wins with the basketball team. But we laid the egg yesterday. But it happens. You know what? Progress is like what? 2 steps forward, sometimes 1 step back, right? 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So we're moving in the right direction. Coaches are doing a great job.
Sometimes just staying stable. It's not bad too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that was real prophetic too. You're right.
It's funny you said that though, because I forget what show I had on the background today, and they were talking about that, and then they were like, "Oh, sometimes just not moving at all is progress."
No, it can be though. But it can be though.
Because you're not going backwards.
You're not going backwards. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think that but that's just anytime you're working with kids though. Man, you know what I'm saying? Kids are going to be up and down, temperamental and stuff like that. Work-wise, it's been a rough week though. It was a rough week. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably the roughest week I've had in a very long time. We talked about being on cruise control, right? Yeah, this one knocked.
This was overdrive.
This knocked me off cruise control. You know what I'm saying? So, but still, doing all well. Just, been thinking about some things. You know what I'm saying, and how to get better. You know what I'm saying. So, but other than that, I'm doing well.
So this is a time of year, of course, when it's like everyone's like, wait a minute, I gotta start making a decision, making moves, and they look to Mr. Bryce to make that happen.
Oh, no, absolutely. But you know what it is? The youth today, they're a little, I'm sure that people said that about me and my generation, and even the ones I think everybody, all the old heads, because that's what we are now. We're old heads, right? Everybody old heads said, oh, the youth today are different, yo. They different. They ain't that different. You know what I'm saying? My mother told me, rest in peace. She said, you know what? The game changes. The game never changes, just the players. Which teaches me that life is on like a circle. It's a circle of life. And you know what? It's just different players. Same thing, same issue, same things, just a circle of life. You know what I mean? So, but it was challenging this week. It was we had back to back, like emotional, pressing things. You know what I'm saying? Where, it was tough, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but we get through and we do the best we can to continue to persevere, man. So.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah,
100%. In the way things go and the youth, because you do hear it all the time. Oh, the kids of today, but true, it just changes.
Yeah. And you know what? And I don't want to switch up, but most people that know me, they know I got like a little adult ADHD. I'm all over the place. I tell people, put your sneakers on. You got to catch up. You got to catch up with me. So because my brain switches, and my brain switched. You know what I was thinking about this morning?
What was that?
I was thinking about the time when we were talking about Jalen Hurts, right? And you were trying your best. You were trying your best. And you just said, I just can't.
I remember that.
And I'm wondering to myself, I said, damn, I wonder how Randy feels now watching this same young man when he said, I just can't. Now he's on the verge of bringing that person to the Super Bowl. And you made a post. And it mysteriously got deleted. I don't know how it did.
Well, wait, hold on. Because I've owned up to things recently. So go ahead.
Yeah. And that was not, listen, that to me was like, yo, accountability. It warmed my heart.
Progression.
Yes. You admit it. What did you admit?
Well, it depends. What do you mean?
Okay.
You don't want to get him sorry.
Well, hold on now. I was going to say, but
you admitted that.
No,
A little more specific here.
I was going to say.
I don't know who's listening.
I was going to say, what do you mean? No, I did. I underestimated Jalen Hurts and what he was, and I'm not in a boat by myself.
No,
a lot of Eagles fans did. But this man deserves every credit due, hands down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's funny, and I'm waiting for him to. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. But if he struggles today, which I don't think he will, I think he's going to do well. Man, of course you're going to hear the conversation again, which is going to happen all the time. Mm-hmm. But it's if he were to happen to have a bad game. Mm-hmm. Then you're going to hear, oh, well, the big moment he struggled. The big moment he struggled.
But why do you think that is? Like, we can't go all the way there because we're not just but we're a sports show.
Yeah.
But why do you think that is? Like, just why? Because if it was somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that has something to do with it, but I also think it's the Philly mentality, period.
It is.
I think it has to do with the racial issue, of course, but I think it's the Philly mentality where we're just waiting for something bad to happen so that we can't just be excited and take things for what they are. Like we're in the Final Four, the two best teams in each conference. And I think if you really followed the league, I think these are the two best teams left in each conference. Mm-hmm. So if the Eagles were to lose today, which I don't think they're, I feel confident about today.
Me too.
Like you're losing to a good team,
right?
Yeah.
Like so, it doesn't mean that Jalen Hurts isn't any good. It doesn't mean that Sirianni's not good. It's just, sometimes you just get beat by
a better team. I don't think that they're. I don't know. I think the Niners are a really good team, and I obviously will save our predictions for the end. Mm-hmm. But I'm the same ways like what you said, Coach. Is I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. So it's like I'm going in this game and I'm kind of like harkening my expectations a little bit, like preparing for a loss, so I'm not too disappointed.
That's the Philly mentality.
That's the Philly mentality, though.
Yeah.
You know what? That is the Philly mentality. But sometimes, that's the Philly mentality. I'll say that.
Because I think you have your Philly people who are like, they're so far that, the Eagles are going to win 50-0. Like, right. You have that. But then you have I don't know. I just don't feel good. I just don't know.
And it's funny. Yeah, you're right. And I'm the only one that I've encountered who's feels that way. Mm-hmm. I mean, everyone does feel like, we're winning by 4 touchdowns. They put the Niners jersey on Rocky, and then they learn the mistakes of other teams doing that. So
yeah, no, I actually think that the Philly's going to win. I've said it before, and I think I said it early on. Correct me if I'm wrong. I said I think the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you said that.
Did.
I've been saying that.
Yeah.
I still think that. I just think that I've been saying it, and I think that, and we're on the cusp of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're on the cusp of that. And, even though they spanked the Giants last week, right? Yeah, I was happy about it, though. I wasn't saddened. You know what I'm saying? And it's because I knew that Danny Dimes is not Danny Dimes, and the Eagles have a better chance of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just something about them. You know what I'm saying? They have something with them. And I think Hurts deserves MVP. You put a post out there. See, I thought he had lost already, but it hasn't even been decided yet.
But I mean,
I thought he lost.
Yeah, I mean, from what you're reading, he did lose.
Really?
I mean, it's all. I mean, they saying the nominees are out there, but they kind of have an insider of who won and who didn't win. And I don't think he gets it. I mean, and I don't know how he doesn't get it, but I don't think he's going to earn it.
Yeah, it's messed up.
There's if he didn't miss time, but I think that sometimes
he missed 2 games.
Yeah, but sometimes that shows you the value of the player. When you're
right.
When you're out.
Right.
And that's where you look at it like that. But we'll see. I mean, obviously Mahomes.
Who else? Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Who else is in that conversation?
I believe it's Mahomes, Burrow, Hurts. I have to go back and look.
All right. So my last question in regards to this is Hurts this season comparable to Carson Wentz's fabulous season or better? I'm saying better.
I would say better.
I'd say better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I definitely would say better.
Okay. All right.
I mean, especially especially if they win today and he performs.
Right. But even if he doesn't win today.
No,
Yeah, because
he's playing in the playoffs,
and that's what we talked
Yeah.
about. Like we talk about Wentz got them to where they were, and then he got hurt.
Right.
So then he didn't finish the job.
Right.
So Hurts is finishing the job. So
Right.
yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that Hurts was like a MVP runner-up or possible that year.
Wentz.
Wentz was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
He's like a runner-up.
right.
Even though he missed considerable time that season.
Yeah, he missed the last 3 games?
Yeah, because I think they were 11. Yeah, they were 11-3. No, 2 games.
2 games.
Two
Yeah,
games.
you're right.
Yeah.
2 games, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Hurts.
So I mean, that's going to be the same thing for Hurts. Is he missed 2 games, he's going to be one of the finalists.
right.
And that's what it is. But
I just, you know what, I resonate with Hurts, and I'll be honest with you. This is the reason why I've always gone so hard on him. I'm going to be honest. Do you understand why I go so hard for Hurts?
I know.
Why do you know?
Because he does not get the same eyes that Carson Wentz and other quarterbacks in the league got.
That's part of it.
Okay.
Let me give you another part of it because we're friends, I'm going to tell you. I resonate with Hurts because honestly, I'm an African-American man in America, and I've always had to work 18 times harder to try to prove myself or to try to do this and whatever. So really, any young black African-American kid or any can relate to what he had to go through, where he came over, he took on a position, he got knocked, okay, because he ran well or he did this, right? He got knocked for that when other quarterbacks that are a different culture of him, they get praised for it, but he got knocked for it. Doesn't have the arm strength, doesn't have this. Instead of just looking at him as the total player that he can make plays, they critiqued his attributes and broadcast them as deficiencies. And he still had to overcome that.
Oh, he did.
He didn't complain. He didn't. He just put his head down, 10 toes in, and he did the job. And that's what I can resonate with, because some of us are already preconceived from the start without most people even realizing it, that it's happening. Only those that it's happening to understand it. And that's why I resonate with him, because he is doing something that a lot of us do. It's just happening on a national
on a bigger
scale.
stage.
And it's just unfortunate that particular league is like that. But then just society is still that
Yeah,
way.
I was gonna just
and
say,
that's what's unfortunate. You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
going to say, I don't think it's just that league. I mean, but I mean, it's true. And I mean, he's always been doubted. Even, I mean, like I said, I even look at it, his comeback when he was benched in the national title game and
Right.
said, okay, I'm going to go to another school and I'm going to lead that team back to the college football playoff. Like that in itself shows so much resiliency that I still think gets overlooked.
Right. Sure enough.
Because you do something like that. I mean, you think about, we've all been athletes. You think about in the middle of the title game, you're benched. You watch another guy lead your team to the championship. And instead of, taking it personally, A, he was right there, being the biggest cheerleader for Tua.
Right.
And then B, said, okay, I'm going to use it as motivation to then show that I can get another team back there. So
And I just think it's good for kids, not even just African American, because I think kids in general, to show any culture that, listen, when you're not getting everything that you do, I was talking about last night with this brother, JC, and my man Steve Moore, everything,
Steve Moore doesn't have a nickname?
Cowboy Steve,
Okay, I do.
Deacon Steve.
I was going to say.
You know what I'm saying?
I've never heard of
Absolutely. The honorable Stephen Moore. You know what I'm saying? He's so professional with his, you know what I'm saying? The point is that everything that you do, it should be about having a desired result. Right. What is your desired result or desired outcome? And if you're not playing, you're not starting. Some kids, and I'll even say some kids, and shout out to this young man, I'm going to name his name, but he'll say to me, yo, Bryce, man, they should have put me on the team, man. That's why you're struggling, yo. Y'all should have put me on the team, this and that, you know what I mean? Yo, coaches know what I could do. They know what I could do. I'm like, nah, I feel you. But you know what? you didn't show what you could do, obviously. And you know what? So now what's your motivation? That's what it is. It's how do you respond after a failure?
So what year is this young man?
He's a freshman.
Yeah, so that's what I say. So what are you doing now?
Right. How do you respond? How do you respond? Like, when you talk, I don't know if you see the same thing. When you talk to some of the ninth graders, right? And you try to tell them like, yo, this and that. They give you that, and the coaches say they give you that face thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Like you don't know what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, listen, you can't grow that way because you think you're already meeting the mark. And you're not. What you have to do is say, you know what? Why would any of the coaches be telling you something?
Exactly.
You're taking it as if, they don't like me. It's personal.
Yep.
People are grown. You think somebody got time to think about, I don't like this child. I'm just going to get on him. You know how many bills I'm paying? You know what I'm saying? Who's thinking about anything that you're talking about? You know what I'm saying? So that's just my thought on the things or whatever. So shout out to, the Hurts and whatever. Send him a picture of you and Ruff, yo. See if you know what I'm saying? Send him a picture, man.
Man, it's funny. Like I said, that came up not too long ago. And I was like, what the fuck were you, excuse me.
Oh my God.
What the heck were you thinking? Like, I don't know, the COVID brain, I don't know, but it was.
Yeah.
That was not smart thinking.
It was just being you.
I know, but
you can't help it. It's all
it was genuine.
It was genuine, but
I'm telling you, I've done the psychology behind it.
Yeah.
I really have. You know what it was?
See,
you know what it really was?
What was it?
You favored him. You favored him.
Over who?
You favored Carson Wentz.
Well, yeah, at the time that made
that's what I'm saying. Like, so y'all had like a little bond. Yeah, like a bond, like almost like a bromance.
Here's the thing, though. I guess it was funny. I would get you look like Carson. You look like Carson.
Right, and you kind of was like, you know what?
At the time, that was a great thing.
You said, damn, I do. I do.
At the time, that was a good thing. And then now it's like, almost had to go into witness protection after a little while.
Listen, we got our guest coming on here. Let me get this right for us here.
All right.
Hold on a second, because I gotta travel it over to the different screens here. So let me see if I can bring this over. Hold on. Yeah, we gotta bring this. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. This is always the hardest thing here. We gotta fix this here. Then it usually here.
Well, I think we're good. Can you guys hear us?
Can they hear us?
Hey guys, how you doing? Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, what's up, fellas? How we doing?
Good. Great. We was listening to that Carson Wentz, man. He's gone.
Oh yeah.
We'll get into that. Once again, we're appreciative, guys. We are joined by Josh Eli and his father, Kevin Eli, here joining us on the show today. We appreciate you guys joining us, and we'll definitely get into some of that Eagles talk. Obviously, we want to talk about that. Talk to Josh. Talk to you guys about everything going on. But obviously, you just brought it up. So, what's your thoughts, real quick, on what we were just saying
on Carson Wentz?
Yeah.
And again on this program. That's my thoughts.
So it's just
once he went down with that knee injury, he had more leadership. If he showed more leadership within the locker room than the locker room, but it's just everywhere he went, the team don't take on his leadership like other clubs that are in the playoffs now, like a Jalen Hurts. I knew Jalen Hurts was going to be good when he first hit the league. When he for Carson Wentz, you could see it. But a lot of people were, doubt. Well, let you have 5 different offense, and then finally have the same 2, in the past 2 years. Difference.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But Carson Wentz, I think
Yeah, I think you're right on. I think you're spot on with that, man. Like, Carson Wentz, I thought he was decent. Originally, he had a little success or whatever, but once those things started struggling, and his attitude was like, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and everybody's gotta get used to it. It's all good. It's like, oh wow, like you really think a lot of yourself early.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people have a little success and then it blows them up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then now you can't be told nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's where it's like, I was happy. I'm happy for Hurts. I'm also happy for Dougie P, because people wrote off Doug Peterson because of Carson Wentz. Not necessarily because of Doug Peterson. Right. People forgot, he was the championship coach. He was this. But now, they wrote him off. You know what I'm saying? And then now to see, I'm not trying to switch subjects, but you know what really warmed my heart this week? To see Howie Roseman get his just due. He finally gets his just due, right?
He did. Executive of the Year.
Come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's been, Howie. That's why I hear Howie, oh, wow. But now he's finally getting his just due, because not only did he bring a championship to the city, he's on the cusp of another one after rebranding and rebuilding and knowing how to make adjustments.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you could say against him now.
All right.
Not at all.
Can he get his props from you?
I'll give him some props.
You were wrong.
I'll give him some props. I was wrong. I was wrong.
All right.
No, I was not wrong about
I say he says this is stubborn. That's what happens, man.
How do you not draft Justin Jefferson?
Well, yeah.
How do you not draft Justin Jefferson?
Does that matter now?
It does.
It does matter now. Could you imagine?
I thought that night they didn't draft. I'm telling you that right now.
Right.
No, we definitely all were. We all were.
But does it matter now?
No, it still does. Okay. It still does. But listen, we can definitely get into some more Eagles talk. But like I said, our main focus was to have Josh on too. Yes, we appreciate it. So Josh, first thing, welcome. Appreciate you joining us. I had the opportunity the other day to be in the building, watch you score your Southland's career point. So congratulations on that. That's a huge milestone. Just tell us a little bit about what the focus of your game is as a player, was for as an individual and as a teammate.
Basically just to be a leader on the court. I mean, this year I'm playing the whole star lineup is sophomores. So, we have a young team, so just being a leader and a good influence on them and just leading the team to big things.
Yeah,
absolutely. Hold on one second, Josh. Do you guys have the show playing in the background or no?
What playing in the background?
You don't have your audio up playing in the background, do you? You just have us talking. Okay, I just want to make sure. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So you were saying you're playing with a bunch of sophomores. Obviously in the game I watched you play the other day on the Martin Luther King Day tournament, I saw like when you needed to, you kind of took over and made your presence be known, but then at the same time, you allowed your other teammates to succeed and be more a facilitator. For you, like, how do you gauge when to turn it up and when to kind of take a step back?
Well, so this year I'm playing the point guard role, and basically these are the things you need to do. Like, if you need to get your teammates open to get good shots, like if one of my ball, so that buckets go in, and that's a way of winning. But if they're to make sure we have the lead and win the game, then whatever's needed.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach.
Yeah, I got a couple things for Josh and also Kevin as well. Josh, you said you moved to point guard this year. I've seen you play a bunch of times. I know you transferred from Deptford this year, where your role was much different last year. How has that transition to the point guard been? Is it something that you anticipated happening? Just how has that gone?
It's been kind of a struggle in the beginning because at Deptford I was more of they had me at the 5, so I was like very versatile. So it was like I was labeled as the 5, but I still went out to the 3, layups, everything. But now just being and just the handle had to increase my IQ and just finding my teammates in a better way, getting better skills. So.
For sure. Now, how has your college recruiting been going? I saw you play a bunch this summer. Also, with the Cyclones. That's it, right? Cyclones. I saw you play a bunch this summer. You guys had a very good team. There was always coaches there, so I know people are on your radar. How's that going for you?
Pretty good. I have been an offer from Army West Point. I'm talking to Wagner, Mott. So those are the three main schools in Hampton University.
Awesome. Now, so Kevin and I played the same year. Kevin he's I've seen Josh play a lot. He's very different than his son. Kevin never stopped talking. Talk trash the whole time. Still to this day, when I see him, he's talking trash about it.
Okay.
No, but it was good time. So I got to ask you, Kevin. And I've seen you at games, and I'm shocked that you're very calm. You're not a yeller, screamer. You kind of sit back and watch. And how has this whole process been for you?
It's been a patient process for me because he played this summer with the East Coast Cyclones. His jump shot, because his jump shot was spinning. Oh, guide hand, and I don't know where that came from because I never taught him that, but he was putting his guy like this, gripping it, and that caused the spin. So we got him with a shooting coach, and he did well this summer, with the East Coast Cyclones. And, him going to Paul 6 and him point guard, that was something new to me. I was like a 3 guard. But in the beginning of the season, they played Bishop Eustace and lost, and I was there for that game. And I'm looking like they could blame gels together. And once Josh learns how to play point, I mean, you was one of the great point guards in South Jersey. I told you. But I think now that they're gelling, because they blew Bishop Eustace's doors off.
Right.
Loss, I want to say, back then. So it's been a nice patient, scoring the points that he used to with Defford, but different role in which he's giving the ball up. But what I say is, Matt, the eye in the sky don't lie. So
for sure,
we watched the film. Who was it? Morris Catholic or Trenton Catholic. And I'm watching every time he's catching the ball, and I'm like, bro, you're not putting pants. You're Ben Simmons.
Right.
Not going, you take that away from your game, and it makes it easier. So we look at the film and just try to get them better with that. And dribbling skills always have been there. He's way better dribbler than I will ever.
So when was the last time you guys played one-on-one, and what was the score?
Well,
we got real personal
right now because I got a bad knee and a bad back.
Yes.
If I get that fixed, I'll probably be.
Just put him on the block. Just put him on the block.
Yeah, that's it. That's the new.
Oh, I see Josh Like it doesn't matter.
280 on him.
Jason, what? Just turning over to you real quick. Questions for Josh? And for
I
Zach.
do. I do. I actually have two questions. Maybe one's more of a statement, so I'll ask the question first. Just how's that transition been? I mean, I know you talked about being the point guard, but PBI, right? PBI, they lost. They lost one other guard that was there last year, whatever, and now you guys just seem it's a lot of firepower, at least what I see, kind of what we saw versus Florida, that team from Florida. But just how's it transitioning with school wise and, going from Defford, high school, which is more of a, it's a public school. And then now you're at a Catholic school at that. So how's that transition been as far as educationally?
Well, educationally, I've always been good in the classroom, as hard transitioning.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I would say the classes challenging, and like the guidance counselors come into class once a week, and there's just very connected with the students.
Sure. Sure, absolutely. And listen, I want to be honest. We're having it's like, I think you guys, your internet connection is a little, is choppy, but we're getting through it. But it's just a little choppy. I just wanted to make sure that you're mindful of that. But my next question also is, how is it like I worked this tournament, your tournament last year, right? And I saw the PBI team. And, I just always kind of, since then, I associated that PBI team with two people. It was Cairo Rivera and Manny Joe Samuel. And I really liked Manny Joe Samuel and how he was doing this thing. So then we're on the sideline, I'm announcing, and then, they say that, this kid, Josh Eli, he's got maybe 12 points to get his 1,000 point, right? And I'm like, wow, okay. So he's getting it. And I'm just looking at him. I'm like, yo, this kid is dominating. But you know what surprised me? He went up to cram it on somebody. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? So my question is, what is it like, when you are kind of in that zone, or what was it like when you finally scored? Because you scored it on a free throw, right? You scored it 1,000 on the free throw?
It looked like I did, but it was actually on the bucket.
On the bucket. Okay. So what were your thoughts then? What were your thoughts when you said, wow, I got here? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you were all smiles. You know what I'm saying? Your family was out there. It was all good, right? But what were your emotions? Were your emotions like, I just want to know, because when you've worked so hard to reach a milestone, then you finally achieve it, there's a feeling there. And that's the feeling I want to ask you about. What was that feeling like?
Really excited, but it was still the middle of the game, so I wasn't satisfied. We still had to win numbers for us to win.
Right.
So, I mean, it was a good moment. It was one for me, but I'm just not satisfied. So.
No, I got you. I mean, at the time, listen, I appreciate you staying locked into the game. I think y'all were up like 30 by then, I think, or 20 or something like that. So the game was kind of out of reach, somewhat, whatever. But that's good. That's good stuff. Listen, I'm a big fan though, Josh Eli. Particularly, like I said, I saw you getting busy down there. You was getting some N1s, whatever, but it was the dunk. I was like, yo, he got hops too. He got a little bounce with him. So that's when I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm a fan. So you guys, I've been watching, kind of looking in the papers, seeing how you guys are doing, whatever. I'm a big fan of the Manny Joe Samuel. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of him. Just from last year and how he was a freshman he's a sophomore now, right?
Yeah.
Sophomore.
Right. So he was getting busy as a freshman out there. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. But now, you guys are going to be one of my favorites to watch coming down the stretch. And just much luck and best to you. Mr. Eli, Kevin Eli, I don't know much. I'm from New York, so I'm transplanted down here. You know what I'm saying? For the last couple of years, 10 years or so. But I am, like the assistant to the assistant for varsity basketball with Pensgrove, and we played Defford yesterday. We weren't successful. But I did see your name up there in the banners, man. So, it's an honor to meet you now as well, too. And, much luck, of you guys going forward. And I see you guys got your Philadelphia Eagle hat. You know, you're in the background or whatever. So you know, it's all good. Is that your?
He's mad.
Yeah, Bengals.
Oh, okay. Oh, you going with Joe Burrow in there? Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Front runner.
So I did have a question though, too. Back to Josh. So, who do you like? Obviously, if do you watch the NBA? Or are you a fan of the NBA?
Mhm,
Okay.
yes.
So, who do you tried to model your game after or look at as far as players to kind of say that's who I want to emulate, look like, replicate their game?
Definitely Jimmy Butler. I mean, he could just go in there and be a superstar at any moment. Like his mindset just to go out there and kill, and it works, and carrying that Heat team, especially in the playoffs. So yeah, basically, I mean, he gets the players like James Harden and how he used to be like fashion buckets and stuff like that. Take you to the paint, boom, like show you what's up, basically. So yeah,
Definitely. So, do you have an NBA team that you follow?
I do like the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. I feel like they have a lot of potential. Now that Kawhi Leonard's back, he's been selling 25 to 30 a game, and now they're on a good win streak. I think I have them winning it all.
Okay, yeah, that's good. You're all over the board as far as teams go. It's okay. What I was go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not like a front runner. I like people's game, and then I have a favorite team. So
I respect that. I appreciate it. What I was going to say too. Now, obviously, with this season, you guys still are got more games to play. As far as your expectations for the rest of the year, what are your aspirations?
Just to keep playing more as a team and keep winning. I mean, during the season, like in the beginning of the season, we always play good competition. I think our first game was against Seneca. They weren't too good. We played Rutgers Prep, which is a top team. And then we played Woodrow Wilson like 2 days later. So, I mean, we've had a rocky start, but just playing those tough teams in the beginning and learning from our losses and growing better around real quick. And just to finish off the season, we just need to keep playing as a team and just keep winning. Mm-hmm. And then we end up in the beginning of the season, we lost to 15, and then, like he said, Bishop used us by 2, and then once beat them by about 7. It was a whole different game, just playing more team. And being Bishop Eustace, we came in there with energy, and we ended up winning by 32.
Dang, you really did beat the brakes off.
Oh yeah,
That was bad. That was bad.
So I was going to also ask you, Josh. I know obviously you got a lot of your teammates, you got other players. Are there some other players in the South Jersey area that you're close with that you look at and you say like these are the guys that I like to play against? Guys like I bring my game up another level. Any of your friends, anyone that like play at other schools that you elevate your game to another level?
Wagner, of course. I mean, we played Camden this week actually, Tuesday. See him, like I'm just want to go out there and show them what it's about. So
yeah, I mean that's got to be exciting for you. What day is that game?
It's this Tuesday, the 31st.
Okay, and that's home at Paul VI, right?
Home at Paul 6 at 7 p.m. Yep.
Okay, I know that gym is going to be wild for sure.
Yeah, packed.
Joe, Coach, you got any questions for Josh?
No, I don't have any questions. I just want to, I guess, salute you because seeing you play as much as I have, following you really because of my relationship with your father. So just following you and your progress, I want to give you your props because you have the ability to do a lot more than you're doing right now. And I think you're doing what's best for the team right now. And I think that for a lot of players in your situation where you're trying to get to college, trying to get more offers, all that kind of stuff. A lot of players wouldn't be able to do that. And I think it's great to see you kind of take on a new role, expand your game and do what's best for the team. And I think in the long run, that'll definitely pay off. Colleges always see that kind of stuff, and they'll see how versatile you are, and that'll be definitely a check mark on the good side for you. So just keep doing what you're doing, but also don't be afraid to take over when it's time to take over.
Absolutely.
Because you definitely have that in your game.
Did. So I did have one question that came up too, and this is kind of a question for both of you guys, for Dad and for Josh. So when was the moment that you knew, like when you were younger, at high school, whatever it was? Well, for Kevin, when you knew like he's going to be different than the others, and Josh, when did you know like I got the ability to be an elite player? Was there like a specific game that you remember or a moment you were like, I'm going to be something special?
I'll go first. So basically, my 7th grade year, I played time, thought I was going to be really good, and I ended up playing 5th quarter, putting up probably no. And then after that season, after that terrible season, I was like this isn't happening again. Like I want something, as far as basketball. And so I worked my butt off that whole all season, even during the season. Ended up averaging 25 and starting that year. And then ever since as a freshman, and I just been trying to get better than everyone else. And when I was a freshman, there was everyone in the starting lineup was 2 years older than me. So it was like I'm better than them. And they were pushing me as a player, which got me better. So yeah, just having on the court and just people to be better than, really. So.
Absolutely. How about your dad? Was there a moment like when you looked at him and was like, he's going to be something special?
Well, I knew basically from 1st grade when he started. You know what? It wasn't 1st grade. It was 3rd grade. I had him on a football to see if he liked it. So I had him playing football and soccer. So I knew he was an athlete. So once we hit, and my daughters out there, they're still coming up, and all year round with them with basketball. And I made sure they had their first before anything, and they knew how to triple threat. I coached all the way up to 7th grade. I stopped because he needed to see that 7th grade year he's talking about, where it was my point guard that was his head coach.
Okay.
That went out and he didn't think he was ready at that point. He needs to work for things. But I knew once as a freshman, he was only 6'1".
One season I was 5'10" and grew to like 6'2".
And then he jumps up and I think it hasn't really. I'm very proud that he hit the 1,000-point club. Happened, but him having his brother, really helps him. And his mom is his toughest critic now. His mom is his toughest critic. I sit back and watch. We'll talk about the game afterwards. But I want to say when he hit, what was it? Like 8 threes against
like 7 threes in one game.
And then he grows and changes his shot. And I'm like, what the? All in all, his mom is more so the one, and I just give her all the credit,
So she's the one who brings down.
We knew he was special, and after coaches told me my oldest son was more athletic than him, and I said, "Yo, he's more athletic." I'm telling you. And then they find, but props to Defford too, because without Cousin Stevie Roan and without Brandon, without them, they helped develop his game. Paul Six, even thankful for those coaches, which is crazy because the one with him, I was playing with him when I was in 7th grade in the men's league. Didn't we call you Hardaway? He was like, yeah. I was like, it's around, man.
Right.
But he can be something special. But Mark is something of is be aggressive when you need to be aggressive. So that's the only thing that leave it all on the floor. I say you never know when your last game is.
That's the truth. We're getting to that point. So that's the truth. You don't want to be the one who says, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Make sure you do whatever you have to do. And just because you're playing the point guard position, it doesn't mean you have to defer. You just have to make sure guys are in the right role, make sure guys are getting their shots. But you also got to take care of yourself too, because you're a huge part of that team.
Absolutely. And shout out to, he's a recent dude I just met. I went to a training with him. He mentioned Coach Brandon. He's a guidance counselor, so we were at guidance counselor training, whatever, but he's the head coach of Defford. So he's a good brother, very cool brother. I met this other brother down there too. I think he was the man, like 04 or whatever. I think he was, Isham or something like that. But he, Izam, yeah. I met, powerful brother too. I met him yesterday. We exchanged information. He's doing great things, like a financial advisor type thing for the, so we're trying to work on some things, whatever. But there's some good people down there, though. Good people down there. And you guys got, they had a little talent down there at Defford too. They got this one, is his name Sammy Samuels? Sanford, that's it, Sammy Sanford. Yeah, he's pretty tough though. He's pretty tough too. He's a tough guard or whatever. So they
when you should have seen him when a youth team for my oldest son just for 9th grade, and I had another turf, and Sammy was on that team, but Sammy didn't have a dribble or. I seen him this past year in the gym. I was like, damn.
Right.
Total
he's tough. He's a tough guard. He's a tough guard. Got a nice shot too. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, shout out to you and just the wonderful things that you guys are doing. It's definitely incredible to see that father and son thing. I challenged the thinking though when y'all said, when did you realize that he was special? I'm sure you realized he was special when he was born. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
as I said that
before my kids.
You know what I'm saying? Right, exactly. You know what I mean? So, but listen, much success to you in all that you do. My only thing is, listen, bro, as a guidance counselor, my advice is, go live your dream, because you only go around one time, bro. Go chase everything that you want to chase and accomplish. Just go do it. You already know the work you got to put in. So just do it. That's it. It's just that simple like that, man. Go live your life and create the life that you dreamed about, because you have the opportunity to do so. And that's what your parents truly want for you. You know what I mean? So go do your thing.
Absolutely. Coach, anything?
No, just good luck the rest of the season. You guys will be at our place on Saturday playing Middle Township. So I'm excited to watch that game. And just good luck.
Absolutely. So, Josh, Kevin, appreciate you guys joining us. Of course, we will be continuing to watch you guys grow. Oh, okay. And want to bring you back on later on in the season. Definitely continue to follow you in your college career. And I appreciate you guys taking a few minutes this morning to join us on the show.
Absolutely.
Having us.
Appreciate you guys as well. Thank you. Before you have a great season as well.
Me too.
Hey, Kevin, before you go, give me a prediction for today's Birds game.
I'm going 20 to 12 birds.
Okay, low score. And Josh, give me a prediction for your Bengals.
I'd probably have to say. So I say 35.
Okay. And they going back?
Hold on.
Bengals going back.
Before you end, just let me tell you something. And how long it takes for a high ankle sprain to heal? About 4 to 6 weeks.
For sure.
Listen, I agree.
For sure.
I agree. I think it's going to be tough for Mahomes today. I think it will. Listen, guys, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Once again, we had Josh Eli and his father, Kevin, joining us. Josh from Paul VI. And stay tuned. We'll be on some more. I appreciate you guys watching. And catch you next time when you guys have you on.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right. Take it easy.
All right. Yep.
All right. There we go. A very good interview. Give him the applause, Jay.
Been a while since I clapped.
I know. I hope we get the right one, not the boo.
Is that one?
All right, good. We got to go with
There it is. Yeah, it's a good interview. It's going to be sometimes a little challenging going through, hearing some of it, but there are people that listen and you'll get the gist of it, whatever. Just a love. You know what? I just think it's incredible when you think about the father and son thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought that was really cool that when he said, obviously, you knew Kevin, but when he said my dad's going to join us, that's really cool.
You know what I'm thinking that we should do? We should do like father and son segments, you know what I'm saying? And of great players, you know what I'm saying, and their fathers. And we would have to look to the right of us, right?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
And get that, you know what I'm saying? But
then to the left, because I'm sure.
Yeah, but I was good, but I wasn't a great player.
No.
Great players go on to college, they play ball, they get scholarships and whatever. I had a scholarship.
You've been very involved in his development.
I was going to say, yeah.
No, absolutely. I will say that, but I think people that have gone on to that college level, that's kind of what
the father and son duos. I like that for sure.
Yeah.
So we talked about it before, and I think what the most impressive thing was with Josh was the humbleness.
Yes.
He, and like you had said, Coach, tell him to take it to the next level when he can. Not be afraid to. You were saying don't defer.
Just don't be afraid to be great.
So,
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go. Okay, let me get the voice right. That's what's up. I don't know why I thought that was President's Day weekend.
Nah.
Oh wow, it's right away. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. I love that. Yeah. You know what? Matter of fact, I think last year Randy was in the building. Randy did bouncing in, right? Didn't he come? Yeah.
What?
To showcase the
Holy Cross, man.
Oh yeah.
So that's good. Yeah. But
that was because remember we met. That was my Coach Joe Jones. Yeah.
So look, definitely looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to that. They got a really good team. Yeah, they do. So, and they just play well together. And those teams like that, you could tell the gel. And I think that's what gets so frustrating as a coach sometimes. And when you're helping young men, it's like, you're on the cusp. I promise you, the Pennsylvania team is on the cusp of like great. Like I say greatness because that's the expectation, right? So we're on the cusp right there. But then you know what, kids. They'll play well one game, and now they feeling themselves, you know what I mean? So now they start slacking off a little bit, maybe joke around in practice, don't really go hard, whatever. And then now you've taken that step backwards because now you've lost the little momentum. You got there because you had to get it through the mud, as my man Josh Martin says. You had to get it through the mud. You know what I'm saying? But now you done felt like, I arrived now. You know what I'm saying? So that's unfortunate, but that's just growth with kids, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's just growth with kids, man.
So I do want to, our last segment here, talk about the growth of the Sixers. And you talk about growth because I've seen a little bit of growth in the Sixers recently. Obviously, that West Coast trip was really strong.
I think for them to go 5-0 on that trip was very, very big.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I thought that. I actually think it started when who was out? Embiid and James.
Yeah.
And you had the development and the confidence growing of DeAnthony Melton.
Yep.
I think that was, and then Tobias, and then PJ too as well. PJ didn't really. He just because remember people were getting on him. Oh, he's not just shoot. He doesn't this. He's getting this kind of money. He's not doing this. But all the little intangibles though, you're getting. You know what I'm saying?
And then Tyrese, of course.
Right, but I didn't even know. It's been a while. You know what I'm saying? Since I probably watched the whole Sixers game. I wasn't even sure that. Wasn't even like 100% knowing that Tyrese is coming off the bench now.
Yeah. They were
and that to me, I give Doc applause because he's like, I'm not trying to break what's working.
Right.
And if I do this, now you're going to you might kill D'Anthony a little bit. D'Anthony, he's balling.
Yeah.
He's balling. I really like his game. And shout out to the Voorhees resident. You know what I'm saying? I like his game, though. He's balling.
Oh, he's another Voorhees resident.
No doubt. Yeah, you didn't know that?
Well, yeah. I mean,
I mentioned it, though. Right? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
I mentioned it a couple times.
Yeah, multiple.
Well, maybe I wasn't. I didn't pay attention.
That's all right. Good morning.
I think it only works, though, because of the humbleness of Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys with the season he's had were like, when I'm healthy, I'm starting. And I think it was Danny Green's podcast, maybe I was listening to. Somebody like that said, it was either Danny Green or it must have been Danny Green. And he was talking about how last year when they got Harden, Tyrese was like, "Oh, I'll just go to the bench. Like, I'll be a six man. Let's say it." So, like, just for him to have that humbleness, to be able to accept that. I mean, he still played 31 minutes yesterday. Like, he's still getting
he's still on the floor, right?
But just to not worry about who's starting, who's this. Like, I just want to play. I want to be on a good team.
Right.
That's the only reason that works because a lot of guys wouldn't do that.
Right. And yeah, you know what? A lot of guys wouldn't do that when they're having that much success is what and you're absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? So to be humble young is very appreciative. Yeah. It's more than what I can say for Zach LaVine. See, I know, like I always when I think about Zach LaVine, I think about my boy Fitz at my job. He just wanted Zach LaVine. Love Zach LaVine.
He did.
I can't stand Zach LaVine. And I think it's because, I think he's a selfish, egotistical ball player. And you know what? Just some of the things that I've been hearing this season, it just matches my opinion. Very selfish. You know, I don't understand. I should be in a game at this. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no I in team. You know what I'm saying? Even with my son, right? My son, that's funny. Even with my son, right? So, you know, he's at a new school and he's probably has to do more, right? I tell him, listen, because he's getting upset at different things. I said, you can't, you have to great players bring their teammates together.
Yeah.
Because it's like we're talking about basketball, right? So we're talking about the team, but now transition it to leadership in the world or in business or in your career. You got to bring your team together. You know what I'm saying? If you think, you got to ask yourself, do I respond the same way if you know what I'm saying, that you're giving it? Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to be mindful, but that's development. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the fact that Tyrese can do that, I don't think he's at that level yet to say, nah, I got an attitude. Nah, I'm starting. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I think that like Tyrese.
Nah, I'll say he's still untradeable, but he's not at that level.
I think Tyrese is
not at that level though.
Yeah, I think he's the kind of guy that looks at it and say, okay, so I can switch my mindset and say I'm gonna be the best six man in the league. And I think that Tyrese is that kind of player that says
I think great people can track. And the words of Joanne Jackson, which was my DIFIS trainer, track and adjust. Yeah. Great people can track and adjust. You know what I'm saying?
I think the important word there is people. Like when you're just a great person.
Yes.
You figure out what's best and how you can star in your role.
Right.
Just
whatever it is.
Just star in your role.
Whatever it is. I like that though. Star in your role.
Star in your role.
Yeah. Whatever that may be. Yeah, actually, I like that. I like that.
Well, we talk about it all the time. Like that makes great teams when you have the players that know their roles and accept it and say, I'm going to be the best, whatever it can be, you know? I mean,
PJ Tucker's starring in his role. Like he's just doing his job.
Yeah, doing his job.
Without a doubt. So I do have to, like I said, I have to ask too, what do you think of the Embiid starter snub, which, I mean, it doesn't really matter in the whole grand scheme of things, but you look at it like, how does that happen?
Yeah, I mean, because it's, you know, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's missed some games though. Yeah, there's some games. Or
And
whatever.
it's what is it? It's a lot of the fan vote.
It is. I mean,
Yeah.
Furkan Korkmaz got a vote.
So that's what I'm saying. So
that's all you
like,
need to know.
Yeah.
it's not if it was all like player vote, GM vote, whatever it is, then I'd have a problem with it. But with the fan vote, like the 1 year, what's his name was supposed to start? What was the guy from the Warriors? The big man, Zaza.
Oh, right.
yeah.
Pachulia.
Pachulia.
He was
Yeah.
supposed to start the 1 year. So it's not.
Right.
I mean, and it's not like Zaza starting. You got Jason Tatum, you got Giannis, you got KD. Like
Yeah.
those are all very deserving guys.
Yeah.
So it's just I think he just was the odd man out. Somebody was going to be out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was. And, it's funny because with him, with Embiid, he takes those things personal sometimes.
But he's supposed to.
But when he came out yesterday, dominated,
Yeah.
it's funny though. People talk about and get your opinion on it. People are like, oh, see, you can see why Embiid's the real MVP and Joker's not. I mean, Joker's touched like 25 and 8 yesterday. And
Well, I think Doc. I didn't watch the game.
no, I
I watched some of it, but
Yeah.
Doc was talking about the defense on PJ, and that's what I'm saying. The PJ put PJ on him,
yeah,
and it made the game a little tougher for him, from what I understand. You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that. Embiid, I just want to see Embiid, just play, bro. I mean, take it
play and
personal.
take the nonsense.
Take it personal. But just play. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, because what happened was when he didn't win MVP, I felt like there was a drop off in his play. You know what I'm saying? It was a disappointment. The only problem I have with the Sixers is James Harden.
What's your problem with him right now?
I'm still a little scared. I'm still a little scared with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm old enough to know POBs, okay? I'm old enough to know that. And that goes back to the conversation we was having offline. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be wrong, but I'd be right, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's like a scene in, I don't know if you ever seen Get Rich and Die Trying, but there's this guy. You seen? I didn't. Wow, I didn't. I didn't take that. But okay. With 50 Cent, and I think his name's Terrence Howard, right? He's in the back seat, and the guy was like twitching. And he kept saying, yo, man, you keep moving.
Yeah.
Now, at the time, like, he's smoking crack, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, and he's like, yo, they do it again. Like, yo, I don't want nobody behind me twitching like
Right.
that. So then he says this thing like, yo, when I'm wrong, I'm right. And even when I'm
Yeah,
wrong,
you
I'm
went through the
right.
whole
And this is right. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that's how I feel. Because even when I'm wrong, I feel like I'm right, though. You know what I'm saying?
And even when I'm wrong, he said, even when I'm wrong, I could have been right.
I could have been right, which means I was right. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm big on POBs, bro. Big on POBs, you know what I'm saying? That's the gift that God gave me as far as being a counselor. I study patterns of behavior. Patterns of behavior. You know what I'm saying? And I just go, you're going to get goodness from him. It's
Right.
the playoffs that I got to see you perform. Because I still see sometimes you be lazy.
Here's the hope I'm gonna give. All right?
Okay.
This is to try to raise your spirits.
Okay.
And I don't know if I'm even sold on this yet, but this is where I'm trying to
You're convincing yourself.
we're happy. The Sixers are good right now.
Yes.
With him scoring 16 to 19 points
True.
and 11 to 13 assists. We don't need the 35
No.
and 17 James Harden.
True.
So that's what I'm kind of hoping, that we don't need that guy.
Okay.
And that guy has never shown up in the playoffs.
Never.
Hopefully, this guy where you're saying we don't need all that.
Right.
We don't need all that. Just do this and we're good. Hopefully that guy doesn't have the pressure.
That's what I was. So it's less pressure.
I was gonna- yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I hope.
Because he, like last night, yesterday was a big game, right? Nuggets are number 1 in the West. He took what, 10 shots? 10 shots.
Okay.
10 shots.
I mean, you said, yeah.
13 assists. 17, 13.
I'm good with
Like,
that. That's okay. That's
exactly what
cool.
he needs to do.
That's perfect. Perfect for us. But that means, that's Embiid now having to go off.
Embiid has to go off.
then
Maxey has to
Max-
get his.
Right. And then Harris got to still
Harris
contribute a little bit
and then
too.
you need somebody, Melton Yang, Shake. Somebody's
Right.
got to have a good
Right.
game too.
Right. I really like their team. I can't lie. I like this team. I do think that Embiid said he thinks this is the best team he's been on. I only challenge that with the Jimmy Butler team.
Yeah,
I think this is deeper, though. I think this team's deeper.
I think Jimmy Butler team.
I think the Jimmy Butler team,
I think it's way
the
better.
Jimmy Butler starting five, I thought was better. Maybe might be a little better than this starting five.
Who was the starting five with Jimmy Butler?
I was going to say.
Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons, Embiid,
Wasn't JJ there?
JJ,
It's not even close.
but right, and then
It
Tobias.
wasn't even close. That team's way better.
Right, it's way better. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
of the shooting. Now, if Doc had that team, but that was the Brett Brown team.
Yeah, that was Brett Brown.
See what I'm saying?
That's right.
So, you know what I mean? Like, and you know what? Every time I see him play, my heart breaks. Steph Curry.
Oh, yeah. He went off
Steph
the
Curry.
other night. Off.
Went off yesterday a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Doc was like, I was going to smack him.
See, I think, but then Mr. Untradeable wouldn't be Mr. Untradeable.
Yeah, he was getting busy, but he was getting busy last year.
But James is here.
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
You can only have
Okay.
one or the other.
He did. His game did elevate once James came.
You can only have
So,
one or the other.
Did you guys see yesterday, too, that little scuffle between Niang and Shake?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
So,
It was awful.
there was beefing.
Yes.
well, Niang was right.
completely right.
I mean, so there was a fast break. It was 2-on-1. Shake had no lane, and Niang was wide open, and Shake went and did,
What Shake does?
yeah,
Shaky-ish.
you ever see Along Came Polly?
Right.
And it looked something like that, where they were,
Okay.
not passing it off.
Oh.
And
People sleep on that movie. That is a great
That movie's
movie.
hilarious.
It's a
With
great, very
Ruben
good.
Pfeffer.
Ruben
Hilarious.
Pfeffer.
The father is funnier than the son. Though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He said, "What are you doing?
Oh, you know what's a good one, though?
Not a true Hollywood story. What are
You got to
doing
watch.
here?
It just came out yesterday. You People on Netflix.
That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing
Oh
that.
my
I'm
God.
hearing it.
I heard it.
I mean,
It's-
I was rolling.
Well, you watched it?
Absolute- Yes.
Well, let me get your Netflix account.
You don't have a Netflix account?
No, let me get it.
They only got until March, I think, to do
Oh
that.
no, I'm joking.
Oh.
Really, you gonna shut it down?
They said they're shutting down
Yeah.
the password shit.
But I mean, I haven't like belly laughed like that in a
Really?
long time.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you'll have
Was
to.
that funny? Like,
Yes.
Now, there was no beard, no nothing like that. It was just straight.
No, just straight
Okay.
watching the
Straight
movie.
watching the movie. Okay, all right.
You know.
All right. No, I gotta ask because
No, I just
sometimes.
no. This was hilarious.
Yeah, nah.
So-
Sometimes I be debating about Little Rel Howery. I don't know if you ever heard of him. And, I'll just say a certain someone thing. He's so corny, but I be dying laughing. But then again, I be a little sippy when I'm watching it.
But no, this is funny. This you got to give yourself when we watch it. It's
Okay,
hilarious.
all right.
But yeah, going back to that little scuffle. Like I said,
So Yang jumped in his joint.
well, yeah,
jumped in
so
his
they got
stuff.
on the bench and he got in his face, and Embiid and all had to kind of hold him back from.
But Shake
Shake.
wasn't saying nothing.
no. So
I gotta watch this.
right after the play happened, there was like a timeout.
Okay.
So they're
Yeah.
walking to the bench, and Niang definitely said something, and then Shake said something, and Niang they went back and forth, and then whatever Shake said,
Infuriated.
Niang was sitting down already. Shake said one more thing, whatever he said,
He did, yeah.
that got Niang up off the seat trying to go after him.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, but see, you know what? Sometimes I just feel like Shake is selfish, though.
This was one of the most selfish.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's nothing. There was no reason for him not to pass that ball.
Steal at half court. There's literally it's 2-on-1. Shake fumbles the ball.
Yeah,
All you do is pick it up, bounce pass, layup.
Still
And
trying
he's
to
still
shoot.
trying to do some stuff. Got blocked out of bounds or something.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, see.
so
Yeah. But you know what? I like his aggressiveness sometimes.
yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's,
but
they're gonna
you know,
need him. They're gonna need him.
Yeah.
they will. He will. So
Yeah. Oh, wow.
well, it's okay. We're a busy show.
Wow.
What can you say? People always trying to get on. So, but listen. With that said,
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Can we talk about real quick before we get out of here? Ben Simmons is still Ben Simmons.
I mean, what do you expect?
He is who we thought he was.
It's true. The other night that was against the Pistons. Was it after the Sixers game, and they went to play Detroit,
Right.
and they lost in Detroit.
Yeah.
He had one jump shot that was just a mess. And the funny thing is, because when he shoots it, he lets it go and poses like it's going right in. And this ball was 3 feet to the left, an air ball.
And he's
So-
still got. They're still yelling at him to shoot and
Yeah.
give him the ball into the basket. He's kicking it out, and you'll be like, "Shoot it, Ben!" Like you can hear people.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I'll
But
tell you
I
what,
did like
Kyrie
the-
is he is playing right now.
Kyrie's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's going off.
I did like the back and forth with I did like the back and forth with what do you call it with Embiid and Ben. I did like that.
Yeah.
I did like that. You know what I'm saying? But 25,000 for that little chop thing?
Well, I mean,
that was
I feel like that's the minimum they give.
yeah.
Oh, really? So that's what they
Steph
normally
got
get?
25 for throwing his mouthpiece.
Oh, but yo, I mean,
you know,
the crime. I don't know if you guys were watching last night. The crime, and I mean, let me say it one more time. The crime.
That was.
I mean, the crime
that was a crime.
that was happening in Boston.
Yeah, that was bad.
Was
Oh,
ridiculous.
yeah.
I'm watching that live, and I'm like, yo,
That was bad.
he can't get that foul,
Right.
but you give that other foul to Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, that's bad.
But you know what? Listen, and I think we should have a referee show. Okay.
I got one guy's ready to go.
I don't know if you know Ron, he refs games. He's ready to, I talked to him about it. You know what I'm saying? I think he gave me like a like a soft yes, I think it was, or whatever. but I talked with some referees and
But we got a hard yes over here.
and getting it in. But sometimes there was one ref. And I'm not sure if Coach. I mean, because I think they might have practice or shoot around or something. But if Coach Ware is listening, or any other coaches from Pennsgrove, there was one ref that was so egregious. I mean, he should not be refereeing. He took things personal, and he basically said he had to look like this. And he wasn't calling nothing. He could have him right in front of you. The guy could double dribble. Yeah. He wasn't calling it.
Yeah.
All I kept saying to him was that we're sorry. I don't know what we did. I told my man, light skin dude with the I said, listen, tell him we sorry, man. Like, whatever we done, we're sorry. And the assistant coaches can't talk to the ref.
Not supposed to, though.
He teed me up.
You got a T?
Got a T. My man Kyle got a T because the guy went out of bounds. We beat Glassboro. The guy was out of bounds, and Kyle was like, "Yo, come on? He's right there. You right?" Teed him up. So
Same guy?
Same guy. So he had to sit down.
Okay.
So now, now we're on the other end. My thing is always, and I mean, maybe you know this, you don't know this, but I'm always watching for 18 seconds in the lane. You know my language.
That's
18 seconds. How long can he be there?
That's your star role.
I said 3 seconds. T on assistant coach. You can't talk to me. I said, damn, I can't. Damn. I said, okay, no problem. So then he comes to me later on, right, in the game. Because now I'm petty now. You know what I'm saying? And I do have a petty bone in me. He said something to me. I said, listen. He said, well, no. So did you guys want a full or? Well, I said, no. I can't talk to you. I think we want 30 second timeout because I can't talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I can't talk to you. So don't talk to me then.
Right.
Don't ask me no questions.
Yep.
You shut me down. You neutered me. Don't ask me nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, we lost that game, but we came back. But referees, they have the hardest job, but sometimes they suck, though.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
And there's one, and not to cut you, Coach. I'm going to let you, there's one, and I don't want to be this way because referee, anybody is qualified. Anybody, you take the classes. I mean, Coach, I know you know about the classes because I think they used to be at y'all facility, right? Take the classes, get trained. But I do think, and I don't mean no disrespect. I mean, let me make sure I'm clear. I do think that there should be a little more vetting, a little more ciphering or siphoning with some referees. Because let's say, for instance, if you are, there's really no way to say this though. I think you should be in shape to be a ref, in somewhat good shape. If you're like close to like 400 pounds, That's going to be tough. No, I'm just saying it's going to be tough to get in the position to see the calls, though. And it's not. I'm not trying to diss
So you want like
him.
the referee combine in the top?
It should be though, but that's a great idea. It should be. No, it should be. You should want to be in better shape to make a call. If you run up and down the court like 2-3 times, and then after that, now you just power walking. That's not. No, it's not. It's not.
For
But you.
team you play next.
No, but
Jay
it's
is
not.
listening.
No, but it's not fair to the. It's not fair to the kids, man. Because you're hurting them. You should always be wanting to improve. You don't coaches go to coaching camps and this and that to get better with their skill?
Yeah.
So that's what I think referees should do. Like, if you know, like, you got to work on that. That's your craft. I don't know. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to it.
And the better referees do.
Yeah.
And I think even more important to me than kind of, I guess you said siphoning like who comes in. I think there just needs to be more accountability for that.
Okay.
So when something goes wrong, when they make a bad call, when they hold a grudge, what happens? Like what is
Right.
what is the
Well, let me ask
like
you this.
there's no accountability.
There's no consequence.
Right.
Well, let me ask you this. So, like, come like the big tournaments, and obviously the bigger games. Like, how is there a grading scale that the refs get picked upon?
I don't know if it's a grading scale, but there's definitely the farther you go, the better officials.
I was gonna say it's like word of mouth. Like, we
but
want
that's
John
what it
Smith
is. It's
or-
word of mouth.
Yeah, okay.
And I could be 100% wrong. I don't think there's a grading. There's nothing.
Like a level or tier.
There's no report that we fill out that says this ref did this ref did good job here, not a good job. So I don't know how that happens, but the better referees end up on the better games, or the bigger games, I should say. But it's like, how do you? Like I had a referee tell me, he said, "I'm from New York. I'm not calling that." But like, what does that mean?
What is? Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Like, I know what you're trying to say.
Like you got to be okay, but
Like, I get what you're trying
but
to
that's
say.
not
You're
relevant
trying to
in that
say
game.
That's too soft.
yeah, you got to be tougher.
Whatever. I get that. But a foul's a foul.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
And I'm not from New York.
Right.
My kids aren't from New York.
Right.
My other team's not from New York.
Right.
So to us,
So you
that's
have a
fact.
personal, like you're, that's the thing though too. I think when referees, umpires, whatever, when they recognize what their role is and they don't try to become, make it about them, that's one of the biggest things. Like I'm here to be, without any attachment to one another. Like that coach was trying to, make his presence be known.
Yeah.
As an umpire, referee,
Yeah.
you don't need to make your presence be known until the time is appropriate. Like when you need to intervene in an argument or something like that. But otherwise, coach, do whatever, umpire, respect, and talk. When you communicate with coaches,
Yeah.
like and we've all experienced it, when you communicate with the coaches, it makes it a lot easier.
So-
And like
Yeah.
like I've been, you have a situation where you're asking an umpire, referee a question. And you get this response to tell you this, or they'll say, I'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
But when you get that response, like that, an automatic attitude, we're in for a long day.
Yeah, I mean, this guy was like, it almost felt like, he was like, no, you don't talk to me, or who you think you're yelling at, and I really wasn't yelling at him. I was just saying 3 seconds because you can't hear. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, but referees, they can't hear. Tell me, coach, you're telling me you haven't gone halfway on the court to mid-court to call a timeout?
Oh, yeah. I did it the other day.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? They're not hearing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And you can't close your ears. So I don't understand how they don't hear. But one of the things, though, that pisses me off about referees, and I want to say it goes back to VBA. A ref screamed on me in the stands, man. I did not like that.
Yeah.
I did not like that. And ever since then, if I'm in the stands and the referee is talking to me, focus on the game.
All right. Don't
Worry about what
Yeah.
the fan is allowed to chime in and talk. I'm not berating you.
Right.
I'm not disrespecting you. I'm a fan. I paid my admission. I'm able to talk.
Paid my $2.
I'm able to talk. You know what I'm saying? And I think some of the best refs, they don't get caught up into the
Right.
Any of that.
any of that. I'll admit, down to the Rudy Barrett in Pittsgrove, oh, you're going to be talked to. Especially if you're making them bag, you're going to be talked
absolutely.
to. You better have some thick skin.
Yeah.
Because if not, the minute you start chiming in, you lost. Because everybody know each other and everybody going to support each other. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? But if you can stay focused on your craft, then that means that you're focused and concentrated. When you start dictating and going on with the crowd, then you're not really focusing.
Yeah.
You know,
No, you're
in
not.
my opinion.
You're not.
In my opinion. But I'm not a ref either, so what the hell
That's
do
true.
I know?
Well, like you said, Coach, we're gonna have to get your ref buddy
absolutely.
on next time. So listen, with that said, let's head into our front runner final segment. Front Runner New Jersey, of course, one of our sponsors of the show.
Absolutely.
I know we had an opportunity. Go check them out, frontrunnerNewJersey.com.
Yeah, they actually they also having a seminar, like a job expo.
Okay.
A small business expo
In the area.
Yeah, it's at the hot dog factory where you're able to, you know what I'm saying, network with other businesses and then also able to, get a all American hot dog, get the coney, get some wings and get some more stuff. So they also, they're always doing serving them great food or whatever. Matter of fact, you should check them out today, as a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? Check them out today because they got some delicious eats there. They got some delicious things.
They got the TVs there too.
TVs, whatever. You watch the game. You can even bring your beer. You do all kind of stuff. So I've been up there twice, I think, or maybe 3 times, and had some food and had some drinks, some spirits. Had great conversation. Had a great time there. So if you're able to get out there, definitely get out there. But but this networking small business expo, I keep messing it up. So I want to say, and he called me too. I think it's either the 8th or the 10th. No, so let's go. It's the 8th. It's February 8th.
Well, we will check it out and confirm that in just a minute.
It's the 8th.
But with that said,
it's the 8th. So make sure you go to the hot dog factory on the 8th from like 6 to 8 or something.
Give me your front runner prediction for the game, Coach.
49ers 23. Philadelphia Eagles 24.
Ooh. Okay.
Tight one.
It is Thursday, February 9th.
Oh, the
From
9th.
6 to 8 at the original hot dog factory
9th.
in Voorhees.
I know it's something. You know what I'm saying? I'm a day off.
So the Front Runner New Jersey Small Business Expo.
That's right.
Original hot dog factory.
That's right.
February 9th.
Yes. And we've been requesting to be there. So I don't know if you guys don't have games or able to go. You know what I'm saying? Definitely I'm definitely going to be in the building.
Okay.
The 9th or whatever. So it's going to be great, man. And you're going to have those delicious hot dogs. And I always get the All American. I like the New Yorker. But it's the same as the All-American. So I just ordered the All-American additional condiment that I want anyway. And I always get some wings.
Okay.
And that's good. It's delicious. You know what I'm saying?
Jay, let me get your prediction.
Yeah, I'm going Eagles. Going 27-21.
27-21. Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go 28-21. I'm sorry.
Okay. My heart, obviously, I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Okay.
But I am nervous.
Scared. That's what I'm saying,
I am scared, but I think
scared.
the Eagles win this game 26-19.
Ain't that scared? You know what I'm saying?
But no, I mean, if I take my fandom out of it, I think the Niners can come in and win this game, and I think they can come in and actually win this game like 27-13. I think they can shut down the Eagles' offense with their defense. But,
I don't think they have an answer for Jalen Hurts. That's the thing.
No,
You know what I'm saying? I actually think the Philly D could shut down Brock Purdy.
No, yeah. I mean, listen, they talked about it before. There's nothing like coming to the link to play in a playoff game. I don't care how many games you played in. Brock Purdy's never played in a game like this.
Yeah, I'll say that. I'm not sure there's nothing like coming to play at the link. I don't.
I mean, listen.
I mean, teams have been more successful playing at the link in the NFC Championship game.
I mean, they have.
Okay, then.
I don't
know what you're talking about, man. You know what I mean? But But this is a lot of pressure for Mr. Brock.
Yes.
But Brock has showed that he can play with pressure.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? But I think Hurts is his moment. He's not going to relish the moment. He's not. He can't. I don't think he can. You know what I'm saying? It's too much riding on it.
Absolutely.
Yo, the memes, whenever memes started, whoever started memes is a genius.
Sure.
There's a meme out there. I meant to send it to y'all about the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm going to send it to y'all. It's hilarious, though. I'm sending it to you. I don't even know how to describe it on the air, but it's hilarious. But anyway, yeah, I got Hurts doing the deal. And, you know, I just want him to be successful. That's it. You know what I mean? So I tell you what, though, I was a little bothered by the A.J. Brown, though, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think he made a comment this week. Almost kind of like, you know, it came across a little egotistical to me. I forget what it was. It was
Talk about how he wants the ball.
he wants the ball or whatever. And I like that.
Well,
But
I think it comes from people because he was in the Giants game. He was pissed because he wasn't getting the ball, and I think that so people made a bigger deal of it than
Okay.
it was because he was pissed he wasn't getting the ball, and he was pissed that they didn't let him go back in the game when it was kind of out of reach.
okay.
And then,
But why?
But he was celebrating with everybody.
Okay.
Like there was no.
Okay.
It was him
Okay.
being like, I'm one in on this.
Right, I got you.
So I didn't get it from it because
Okay.
of afterwards he was in it with everybody else.
Okay.
There was no negative.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So, I mean, he's a little bit, at the end of the day, he's a great receiver, still a little bit of a diva,
yeah.
but,
Yeah.
So they have to be. I think.
you know, they
Yeah.
do. All the good receivers, all the great receivers have always been somewhat of a diva.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And I mean, you know, I know we're closing, but I do want to shout out to the family that, that lost that young man in Memphis
Yeah.
to the police beating. So, you know, we can give him like a little moment of silence real quick. All right, good stuff. And then I do want to make a. It's funny. I was having this conversation with my uncles and them real quick about Ed Reed. You know, Ed Reed. He was talking a lot of stuff
I don't even know why I didn't follow
about the
that.
HBCU experience. And again, it's just this is the fallout that you get from prime time. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody is speaking on, you know, conditions of the HBCU and this, that, and the third. My only thing is this. If your mission is to highlight the athlete, or in particular black athletes can go to HBCU and do great things, isn't that counterproductive?
I mean, it is to an extent.
You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. And that's my only thing. And that's where I say that it really is not about the athletes. It's really the self-grandizing of
Well,
you.
I mean, but Ed Reed, though, I mean, I think this goes above that because Ed Reed is always been kind of like that, though, even as a player. So I
Yeah.
think you're seeing the player personality of Ed Reed come out in the coaching ranks.
I just think personality is personality. I don't
Yeah,
think
okay.
I don't think you can switch on and off. I think you are who you are. You show up everywhere you go.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And I just think that it talks about the initial reason why you do something, and then now you're complaining about it. Well, isn't that the reason why you decided to go there to make the change?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And now you do a self-grandizing post about what you having to endure with. Well, yeah, but we're talking about kids, right? You understand what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
I do. I just think that's different from what Dion did, whereas Dion went in and did make changes and did bring the school funds to make changes, to do things better. Whereas Ed Reed, I think, could have used that platform to do those same things, but he was like, "Oh, this isn't up to my standards."
right, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They let him go, I think.
They did.
yeah.
Yeah.
They
Because of that post.
right.
That was too much.
So
Yeah. So I mean, it's unfortunate though.
All right, listen, with that, I know we got a lot coming up today. The Eagles at 3:00. Once again, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, be on TikTok now recently. And of course, to our sponsor, FrontrunnerNewJersey.com, has been really good to us. And check out their expo on February 9th. That's Niner. At the original hot dog factory.
Yeah.
So
I did have one more thing I wanted to discuss.
let me bring it up. Let me hear it.
Petty though, right? Ain't that petty?
Real petty. Real petty.
No, I'm joking. I don't have anything else. I'm joking.
You sure?
Painful though.
You sure?
Oh man, that's painful.
It is painful. It can be.
Yeah,
a lot of pressure.
Man.
So,
Yeah.
But hey, also check out. We had the opportunity to have Josh Eli and his dad Kevin Eli on the show earlier today. They joined us probably about 10, 15 minutes into the show.
Yeah.
Good interview. I know there was a little bit of a connection issue, but worked your way through the interview because there was some great stuff from a good young man and his father. So,
Follow him because I'm telling you, he's surprised.
Yeah, he's going to be
He's tough, man. He's super.
Yeah,
He can play.
I really went there like, I'm just gonna watch Manny Joe Samuel get
he
busy.
can play.
You know what I'm saying? But really, he's the one that kind of because Manny Joe, he's still young. You know what I'm saying? And he be talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think as he grows, then he'll just let his game do the talking. He don't even got to worry about all that. But when you the calming force, the stability is Josh. And to see him dunking, I was like, oh, I didn't even know he had hops like that. You know what I'm saying?
So I'll be excited too to see where his career takes him.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely.
Well,
nothing like I tell you, you know what? Nothing like high school basketball, man. There really is. There's nothing like high school basketball. High school basketball is fun. It's exciting, and especially if you got like a good game. Basketball is a game of runs. Yep. It clearly is.
Oh yeah,
because you could be down, and then you just make one little adjustment, one little this and that, and now you on a run, and that run don't stop. So it's still fun, and there's nothing more fun than shaping and molding kids' minds, especially when they give you that face, like
the face.
The face. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not going to keep, adding on. You know what I'm saying? This is hilarious, though, because I do want to keep going. But I won't do it.
Thank you.
It's not good for you.
Yeah,
you know
we got things we got to do.
Absolutely.
So,
right.
Listen,
but one more thing on that.
Listen, we know what. Listen,
we out of here.
It's funny. So for all listeners out there, I may have told Jay that we have to use facilities,
right?
And this is enjoyable.
He said he got to go badly. So I said no. One more thing. Nah, it's all good.
It was so funny because it is like when you were ever in like class and you didn't want to leave, and they were like, "All right, this is it. They're going to go to break now."
Yeah.
So,
but I do want to say this, and I'm serious. Not really. We're done. But we met I think her name was Erin, the athletic trainer that has the degree in like kinesiology and the trainer, which all the young kids want to be. I think we're going to do like an athletic trainer show because she was very good, right? But then I've been around somebody that wasn't that good.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody got, like one of our players got like really hit badly and was like stumbling. And I'm saying, hey. And she said, well, no, I'm doing something now. I'll be there in a moment. Wow. All she was doing was she was doing a little tape job. This kid is about to pass out.
Right.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So she was in her ego because she couldn't handle somebody from the other bench telling her something. So, you know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
Right. And that's where we just got to highlight the importance of like the athletic trainer and stuff like that. But anyway, that's it. I promise you.
No, that's all right. She was good. Erin Brown.
She was good.
Erin Brown was her name.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, well, listen, with that said, once again, thanks to our guests, for myself, for Coach, for Jay. Appreciate you guys watching. Let's get it. And we'll catch you next time. About the Eagle Super Bowl.